especially when it comes down to like new people, I try to watch his stuff and like see how they work and stuff. I mean, I still do my own tests and my own things, but sometimes it's like, is a character really worth rolling on, or do I want to go with a, you know, like on a banner there you've got pretty much two choice between characters. You have your if it's a new character, you usually have one new character and then one rerun character, and it's always at that point, is it do you roll on the new person or the rerun? And so I'll watch a lot of his stuff, and he gets I think he works, I don't think he works, he's sponsored by Hoyo somehow or something like that, I don't know. He gets early runs at stuff as well through Hoyo, and so he's often able to test characters before, and so, but like on Little Chaos's account, like he's got maybe half the characters. He's got Mika and Sethos, the two that I don't have, though, oddly enough. He just got his Sethos off of standard banner rolls, but his is also like way behind mine. I would have to put in a lot of work because he's got most of his stories left, and in fact I don't think I've done almost any stories on his. And yeah, I mean, they'll usually only come out just before, his stuff will come out like a few days before the banner, and his thing is like, he'll be like, okay, this is the characters, this is how they are. I've seen a couple of his Imaginarium videos and stuff, but I mean, it's hard to say, but because like my account's not built the same, and so it's like going and watching people's like Imaginarium or Abyss clears, and then, you know, trying the same thing, but, you know, unless you've got the same account set up and the same stats and stuff, it's hard to you know, match those ones up sometimes. And like, I don't run my characters the same as other people, and because like I found one other, I was looking around for stuff, some story stuff and some things about different characters and stuff, and because I was trying to figure out on the free 5 stars who to roll for, because I was torn between Diluc and Kaching or going after a Constellation, and so I ran into this one guy, and he's like, I am a true Dea enjoyer. I'm like, wow, there's 2 of us, and there's only 2 of us that I know of, because so many people don't like Dea's character and the way it's set up, but I really enjoy Dea's characters. In fact, one of the like her and Xin Yan are 2 characters that I built, and I really enjoyed. And people are like, oh, you don't build these characters, they're crap, you know, they're not great. And I use them really well, so, but I have a different playstyle than a lot of people, so it varies, and so I can't like look at someone else's playstyle and be like, oh yeah, that's really great. But if I look at team compositions and stuff like that, I can kind of figure other things out, though. Wow, here I thought I'd come over and check the frightening noises I'd heard. Telling myself, come on, T2, it's probably nothing, but there's quite something indeed. Rawr! That's even a little teleposaur here. Was it you who brought down these Outlanders here, then? And was it you who brought down the Shadow Pin? Paimon did it. I was just walking here. Hey, you always are like that. I'm gonna get mad if you don't cut it out. Relax. If anything, it's a huge relief. So your name's Paimon. In that case, how about this good lady over here? Call me Chaos Fire. Rawr! And this is Dragonfire. And T2's my name, a teller of tales for our tribe. I'm also responsible for caring for the stone pillars in this valley. And of course, the shadow pin you plunge in the earth is just one of the three little pins, and its care within my jurisdiction. Jurisdiction? Oh, looks like we're gonna have to compensate the locals for dropping that stone pillar. Paimon wouldn't have used their real names if she had known sooner. Compensate. T2's a flash of inspiration. Perhaps he might use this to coerce those people in helping him achieve his goals. That's how I'd thought of it if it was in the plot. Anyway. Herm? Oh, sorry, I got a bit carried away on thinking the stories there. Telling tales is my responsibility here in the tribe, and after so many years, it's time for me to come up with some originals. And of course, something had to go wrong with the shadow pin, just as I was in a few days in my musing, because why wouldn't it ever rain when it could pour? Anyway, I'm not going to blackmail you. I mean, I wouldn't have spoken my thoughts aloud if that had been the case, right? Look, we exchanged names, but we don't have to come to blows, so that makes us friends, yes? In that case, could you listen to my friend's request? Sure, as long as it doesn't involve compensation. No, surely not. Here, how should I put this? When you passed the valley, did you see some sort of giant block of solid phlogiston with golden patterns carved around it? It's in the center of this place. You can't miss it. Rings a bell. Oh. This whole business I'm talking about has to do with the huge stone pillar. We call it a stone shadow pin, and we've had problems with it recently. To be honest, I'd all but given up before meeting you. I had the line ready. The shadow pins could not be saved, dooming the tribe to calamitous destruction. Didn't sound too bad. Wait, it's just a stone pillar. How could it destroy the tribe? Also, what's so special about the shadow pins anyway? The one we dropped, it was a lesser pin. It seems pretty big to Paimon, so why is it called that? Since you're both Outlanders, I suppose a bit more details is in order. It's related to legend handed down through our tribe. The stories say that the Wayub hung the pins here to seal the shadows of the Volcano Lord, and that which is sealed beneath them is, in truth, the Abyss. That's how most tales in Natlan are. They're embellished narratives to help us as warnings, and all the rhetoric is kind of metaphor. Wait, so the Abyss is actually sealed below here? That's right, and recently two out of the three little shadow pins have floated upward. Perhaps if the third floats up too, all the evil beneath the earth will come surging out like a tide. So to be honest, it's an unexpected boon if we manage to push one back in. So no compensation required. If anything, I was hoping to ask if you don't mind pushing the other one back in as well. What do you think? Where the Abyss is involved, we can't stand idle. Rawr! So you're even up for it, Dragonfire? Well, alright then. Like a flame that appears in the darkness, so too will the heroes rise up in time of great peril. Human possibility shines through the glory in moments such as this. You know what? This could make a great story too. Indeed, Castfire. You got some traits that even the storied heroes don't have. Look forward to this, I must say. Let's go then, dear heroes. Let's go and check the last floating pin. Yeah, I think a lot of players, like most players, have different outlooks. I mean, there are players that kind of sit and kind of clump together and, against certain characters because it doesn't fit into their playstyles. But let's just look. Let's go. Mystic Arts, world level. Where is that? Oh, there it is, beneath the crystal rock. And I've never been a player that kind of like goes with the flow. I've always kind of gone with my own playstyle choices. Because it's always benefited me. Paimon did it. It's always benefited me more to go outside of a box than to kind of try to fit myself in, and not be able to fit in with what people are looking for, or But then, of course, it always can backfire as well, so. Depending on what you're doing.
Off we go.
I need a Tetrasaur, Telepasaur, whatever it is. Pretty sure there's one up here. I wish this did more damage.
Out of the way or get blown away. Why do they never miss? Let's light it up.
Out of the way, get blown away!
Positions. With all my strength.
Out of the way, or get blown away!
Decided by destiny.
I like the Saurians, but
Going in.
their damage is just so minimal. Like, if they could do more damage, they'd be useful
Off we go.
as
Dance with the
combatants, but they're only like a gimmick for getting around. Which is kind of a big miss to me. They definitely could have done more with them. Wow, that's a lot of succulent claws.
Yeah. With all my strength. Shadows of fate. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back.
Did we just miss the explosive
Let's
crystals?
light it up.
Forget it!
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I think out of the box is better, but I mean, there are still things like I would love to be able to 36 star an Abyss, or but I've never been able to so far. And I don't think it's just, I mean, a little bit is lack of some of my characters not built properly, or, you know, something like that. But some of it's just
I'm going in.
not
Written in the stars.
setting up properly and other stuff.
Positions. All eyes on me.
Because I've never made it through floor 12.
Stars, shine for me. Let's light it up.
I've never made it through floor 12, chamber 1. No, I think I may have done it once. No, I made it through the first half, but never the second half.
With all my strength. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Let's light it up.
But I mean, my Imaginarian, I barely make it through. I barely made it through 5, maybe 6 of the floors.
This dance is for you. Delve into destiny. Decided by destiny. Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to do more and do some of the harder stuff for it, but someday eventually I will. As I keep building my characters. I just don't spend enough time in game like some people do. Oh, you can definitely see the abyss below that one. There we go. That's the second lesser shadow pin. The seals around this pin have been damaged far more than the first. Even the iridescent inscriptions have been pushed outside the pillar. So that's what you call that shiny gold thing. Now you mention it. I think we've seen them before. Yeah, in the chasm. That's right, there should have been something similar on the pin when you pushed back in the ground earlier. Ancient legend tells that before Natlan was even born, the land was ruled by ancient dragons. The language by which they wielded phlogiston was these iridescent inscriptions. These days, none understand the meaning hidden in these lights. Only the golden engravings scattered across Natlan remain to mark the trail of those ancient dragons. Wait, so you know how to work it? Not how it works? We can't decipher the meaning of the inscriptions, but the ways we use phlogiston are the same. So we do understand it on that level. Let me try to explain. So Liu had these mysterious adaptable mechanisms, yes. And while the humans don't know the principles of underlying their function, they can still make use of them. That's more or less what I'm talking about, despite the imperfect analogy. So much to say that we need this shiny iridescent inscription to push the pin back down, right? Correct. I think the inscription is an eggshell that's been shattered on the expanding abyss. We need to find the broken shards and fix the shell. Only then can the abyss within be sealed away. That's a better analogy than the last. Paimon thinks so too. Now she gets it. Speaking of which, the gold patterns flew right over that, just like before, but the inscription hasn't appeared beneath the pillar. Why's that? This indicates that not only the inscription been squeezed out, but also because of the fragment. This is bad. We need to find the scattered bits and fast. But where do we find them? I don't know either. They should still be held down by some power despite being scattered, so my guess is that they're nearby. Maybe we just need to look around. Rawr, rawr. You want to go over? We're doing something important right now, but we'll play with you later, alright? Rawr, rawr, rawr. What do you mean? Do you mean that the inscription is over there? Rawr. Oh wow, I've heard that even before now. There are still Saurians who can sense the inscription's power. I always thought that was hearsay. Could it be true? Suppose you really know ordinary Teleposaurus, Dragonfire. So, you can do that too, huh? You got some way to go before you can be as good a guide as Paimon. Paimon's jealous. Says who? Paimon's more broad-minded than she looks. That's just her way of praising him. The little guy didn't catch all of that. Only he was a little smarter. I'm sure he'll understand someday. Precisely. Those in the tribe responsible for salary and care always say that it takes time to truly establish a rapport with them. The secret to success is as follows. Exercise patience and constantly communicate. Whether humans wish to understand Saurians or Saurians humans, they both need lots of time. True, just like Paimon didn't get what Dragonfire was trying to tell us just now either. Sorry, Dragonfire. Rawr. Always reminds me of like Scooby-Doo every time he talks. He's quick to reply though. Paimon will give you that. Alright, we'll follow you and see if we can find any golden patterns. And up the wall we go. This door is locked. We need to find a key.
Let's light it up. Here. With all my strength. than I imagined. It's my lucky day.
Excuse me.
Positions. Dance with the waves.
Thing I can hit here. Search for the inscription.
Here. Positions. This dance is for you. Let me scry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everybody stand back. Written in the stars. Shadows of fate. Let's light it up.
I mean here, but this place is empty. Paimon, you're just not looking correctly. I got stuck in the mushroom. Uh-oh. Paimon did it. I'm stuck in the rock. I'm gonna run out of phlogiston. This is the baby ones. I might get two. So they have plushies of these, the Saurians, the small versions. I really like this guy. And I really like the brown one. I need to find somewhere I can stand up.
The night is cold. Yeah. Cold. Mine to command. Yeah.
It was very funny when I was doing this with Little Chaos the other day. He kept getting mad at me every time I attacked little ones. Like, but they attacked me first. Defending myself. Although they're kind of like, all except for, there's only, oh. I need a teleposaur to get past that. Can you go under the water? Oh, look. I can't even see myself right now. Up and went down. I need a teleposaur. Oh, never mind.
adventure time.
Now we're stuck behind a gate. I'm not gonna take that guy because he's useless to me over here. We're not in water. Ah, Rift Hounds. Good to see you, buddies.
Teamwork is strength. With all my strength. Here. Dance with the waves. Let me scribe. Decided by destiny. Yeah. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. My guiding stars. Positions. Cheer. With all my
I hate Rift Hounds.
Yeah. Everybody stand back. Off we go.
Oh, that's where I came. I'm just gonna do this the slow way instead of bringing out a Claymore character. Because Mona's a catalyst, and catalyst can't beat on rocks. Layla's a regular sword, and so is Neely. So they all do the same amount of damage to rocks like this.
Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day.
Ooh, we're gonna... I forgot what kind of surfing this is. Soul Surf or something like that. Mushrooms. Anything else down there? Let's see. Red metal key. Oh, I needed that. Depends on where I come out. So nice of the inscription to wait for me. Oh, float away. Surely the eggshell should be complete by now. I guess an inscription might be mended now. Let's head down to the Lesser Shadows to take a look. Okay. Release me, game. What's over here? Just a whole bunch of chests. Oh, that's just a little to level smoke. Just like before. Break those transparent spikes. Be careful, Castfire. Did I not hit that one? These ones that have got red around them, they're explosive. Uh... Oh, there goes. Hey, where'd that other one go? It's gone. Oh wait, is that another? There we go. Free movement. Wow, that's a lot of molten phlogiston down there. We did it! The two shadow planes have been plunged back into the earth. Rawr! Nice work. Another round of applause couldn't hurt. I clapped my hands so they fell off if I could. But then I couldn't write another story, so forgive me for not doing so. Still, I assure you that in my heart, naught but bones remain attached to my wrists. Roar? Yeah, that's getting kinda creepy. Really? Here, I thought the kids these days love their stories with a little dash of darkness. Ah, watching the shadow pin burrow back in the ground really takes the load off my soul. Long-standing tradition dictates we now only have to check the third lesser shadow pin and the greater shadow pin, and we can call the job well done. Abyss successfully busted. Not to return for a good long time. The rest of this trip should be quite safe, so feel free to come along and chat with me. I'd like to know the heroes I'm inscribing into our tribe stories better, you know. In that case, you've got to say something like this. The mighty Python was as tall as a mountain. In that case, I'd be as large as two. Rawr, 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 rawr. Hey, what do you mean by that, little guy? You want to be as tall as 3 mountains. Rawr. Ah, Dragonfire, you truly are a saurian of prodigious appetites. Aurora. Ah, sure. In that case, my brave warriors, Paimon as tall as a mountain, Chaosfire, stature of 2, and Dragonfire, who has the bulk of 3. Would you kindly come with me, T2, the poor little human-sized dwarf, to check on that last little shadow pin? Still say it reminds me of Scooby-Doo. Ooh, that was close. Are there any materials around here? Nope. Drop down solid fast. Sludgestone mill. Blah blah blah. Don't get hit. Actually, got 3 for that one. Oh, it was by page. Oh, this is the way that opened up. Graffiti telling us where to go. Oh, yep, this is where the hilly churls were digging. And there's the hole we fell in. Almost did it twice. Yes, walk with Paimon, Taidu. Tidu. Oh no, Taidu, Tidu. Paimon loves to talk about herself. Where are we supposed to be going anyway? Is this a dead end? I think I just went back down. Hey, stop putting... I don't want to ride this crazy ride. It won't let me drop. Okay, take me anywhere.
Adventure time.
Come with me, and we'll see a world of pure imagination. Wonderful, it's solid. At least it was grown from very solid, more robust, even than the roots of the great mother tree that grows beneath the signs of the Academy's mountain cliff. I can head back and take up my shift in peace. Of the three lesser shadow pins, the most reliable you remain. If should ever pen a tale again about the pins transforming in these into lovely tribeswomen, you shall be the loveliest amongst them. Okay, that's just kind of weird. Wow, so you're one of the most... So you're the one most interested in stone pillars all along, huh? Shocking. Hey now, that's ignorant speaking. Here in Natlan, we believe that pure spirit and intelligence dwell within all things. For us, things take on human form is a mostly traditional thing. For example, the tale of the beech tree's shadow that transformed into a young woman and a young flower feather clan tribesman who fell from the sky. The story of the man who was human by day and would morph into a saurian under the moonlight at night. A were-saurian? Many are the ways such tales are told, but their variation is the same thing I spoke of. Sounds a little dubious to me. Well, that's what a lot of stories say. That much I swear to. I swear to as the one who tells the tales. Wait, what about the Shadowpin story then? There's really no Shadowpin, really no Shadow of the Volcano Lord, is there? If the Shadow of the Abyss, then where is a pin, really? Oh, you're a lot sharper than I thought, little Paimon. Let's see, where should I start with such a story? Long ago, the mountains rang where the children of Echoes made their home. Is not as it is today. It was more normal, more complete, more lovely. Everything changed when the Conrian catastrophe struck. See, Natlan is the most affected by Conria so far. We don't know about Shesnai and what happened over there, but so far as we've learned, Natlan was the most impacted by Conria and their stupidity. It's the only way I can call it what they did. The Conrian catastrophe? Indeed, Natlan's ley lines were always special and somewhat delicate. So this calamity brought utter devastation. They say that the Night Kingdom was severely damaged in that disaster, and the totem pole's lights grew dim. The way up could not hear the tribe's cries, which we've seen in the Archon quest. And up on land, a dark tide disaster blazed through the mountain range, brought on by 2 Conrian soldiers. It was they who were the source of the troubles. Conrian soldiers? That's right. At that time, the tribe's leaders had gone forth to Lone Island to the west to resist the giant beasts. Elder Charon had no choice but to contend with the Abyss and those 2 abject Conrians. Finally, the tribe's warriors and Saurons exhausted their spirit, flesh, and blood, found a way to use the iridescent inscriptions, fashioning giant stone nails out of solent phlogiston. The elder Traor was first to leap in the dark pit, crying, "If the Abyss should ensnare death, let us flip the script. With death and sacrifice, we shall ensnare the Abyss." The brave warriors followed him, and after much sacrifice, the Abyss was at last sealed beneath the earth. This is the true tale of the past. Even the children of Echoes, who excavated solid phlogiston and gems for a living, know that the phlogiston along the stone nails must remain untouched. So that's the story. Woo! That happened 5 centuries ago, and yet you made it sound like it was something you saw yourself. That's a storyteller's duty. I love my work, and amongst all the tales I tell, I love the stories of these heroes the most. I'm not a nimble fellow, nor am I the best fighter, but anything, I'm the furthest thing from a hero. But when I tell their stories, I feel like I'm right there, traveling, adventuring, and fighting alongside them. I feel them smile upon me, egging me on, as if standing in the shadow of the bonfires, listening to me as they would a friend bragging of their exploits. And perhaps that is how I fight alongside them, by ensuring that their stories will be passed down and remembered from generation to generation. Roar! Wait a second. So what does the Elder's story have to do with the Volcano Lord? And why do Shadowpins have that name? Aha, still thinking about that, Paimon. It's simple. It's just a play on words, commonly done in many stories. It's called a shadow pin because it pins shadows. Easy, right? Erg. Erg. Wow, the 2 of you make the same noise. That's not where Paimon thought that this was going. Wait, what's going on? You're shaking up and down, Paimon. Or Traveler. It's the ground that's shaking, Paimon. Wait, what's going on? I blame Titu's awful jape. Come on, my joke wasn't that disastrous. It's the big shadow pin. That's where the tremors are coming from. Something's wrong. Come on, we need to get back there. Uh-oh, there's an abyss hole. Why did this? We drove all 3 lesser shadow pins in the ground, and the abyss influence is getting stronger. It's impossible. The woven scroll's story clearly state. Things our experience do not prepare us for do sometimes happen. It's more accurate to say that accidents happen. So often that even Paimon stopped being surprised. Could it be that something changed? Some change is overtaking the abyss, surging within the ley lines, causing the resistance to grow stronger? Either way, it feels like something terrible is happening down there. Why aren't we trying to get... Wow, Paimon's actually suggesting that we go get a closer look. Rawr! Please do, cast fire. Hello, puppies.
This dance is for you. Delve into destiny. Fate is upon you. Don't be scared. Not now. I'm going in.
This one's a very interesting story. I think all the ones around Dragonfire are all very interesting.
With all my strength. Everybody stand back. Positions.
That almost was not good.
Dance with the waves. shadows of fate, written in the stars. Stars, shine for me.
Oh, now it's creating shadow warriors again.
Let's light it up.
Out of the way, you're getting blown away.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Here. The night is cold. Let's light it up.
They did, like, their music just works so well. Like, it climaxes at the right moments.
Fate is upon you. I'm going in. Yeah. Let's light it up.
There's more?
Cole, mine's a command. My guiding. Positions. Let me scry.
Away or get blown away.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Everybody stand back. This dance is for you. Written in the stars. Delve into destiny. Off we go. Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Why do they never miss? Let's light it up. Here. All eyes on me. Decided by destiny. Let's light it up.
Alright. No cast fire. Get out of the way. The shadow pin up there. It's about to come crashing down. I hope I did not get squashed. Cast fire, Paimon, dragon fire. Are you all unhurt? Magically. Paimon's okay. Kinda. Roo! Ah, you don't look injured, Dragonfire. Did the big pillar scare you just now? There's no way I get injured with that much smoke around. What does that even mean? Well, that was a lucky break amongst our misfortune. The cloud of smoke is huge, even every bit as large as the plumes of volcanic ash hurled out by the volcano lord in the stories. Still, Paimon doesn't think the big shadow pin would come crashing down and bore a hole. Such a big hole in the ground. As to that side, to be honest, I don't know what comes next. But we can always go inspect the hole first. For all we know, maybe that isn't as big a deal. Right? It would be a right moment for some ironic twist after all. You know, like how bandits find the treasure he spent half his life searching for. It's actually worthless. Perhaps this place we've guarded for centuries has been empty all along. Or we maybe find out the Shadowpin story of the Shadowpins is but a 5-century-old prank that some bored ancestor of ours came up with. Wow. Sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I can't help but be nervous. Either way, I have no clue what we'll find down there. But still, I will go. Hey, don't worry about it. We'll come with you. Doesn't look too serious, just a big hole, right? Just just the normal kind of big, really. The shape's kind of ugly, too. I'd only give this hole 3 stars. When did you become some kind of cavity connoisseur, huh? Sure, we've seen lots of these, but... Rah-rah. Hey, don't you copy her when she's being a bad role model. You don't want to pick up bad habits. That's where the greater Shadowpin fell, it seems. It's gone down much deeper than I imagined. It's almost like there was a huge open space beneath there to begin with. Right, this huge open space can't have appeared because the Shadowpin fell through it. Must have been here long before, and the Shadowpin suspended above it. To prevent anything that might crawl up from the surfacing, perhaps. Roo! Anyway, things look right over here now. I'll report back to the tribe later. Sigh. Calamity, pain, save. Erg, what was that? Roar. I heard a voice. What's wrong with you? You all don't look so good, especially you, T2. And it's as I feared. The iridescent inscription on the pin might have sent something down there, causing it to fall. The legend is real. The spirits of fallen Conjuring soldiers is about to emerge. Roar! T2, are you okay? Not really, I'm afraid. That voice, so cold, so coarse. Just listening to a few syllables was like running my brain against crossed sandpaper. If it's that bad, why don't you stay here and keep watch? Just make sure no one falls in and all. And as for us, we're going down and see what's happening. No, you can't. It's dangerous down there. There's no reason you should put in more peril. I should be the one to do it. We've exchanged names, not blows. That makes us friends. So calm in the face of danger. Are you used to it, or is this just the natural result of possessing overwhelming strength? Well, let's go down together then. Though I do not have the power to resist the abyss, as I am the one who tells tales, I might be of some help regarding what's that below Natlan's surface. Besides, to witness things to their completion is a storyteller's duty. Well, let's take 5 first. Once we're ready, let's head to the cavernous cavern, shall we? This is gonna be... Wait, what was... well, we're fixing the crystals, and then the big one broke, and... yeah, we got a big hole. Why is there, anything here? If I go... Nope, can't interact with it. Like the peddler's sword disappeared. I guess he didn't want to go down the hole. I wonder if I can interact with this thing here. No, it was glowing for the Tapetla sword, but not for... Interesting. This is a big hole. Hug, such agony. Its voice is becoming clearer in my head. That rock just moved. Seems to have fallen. Well, it opened up a hole. Holy crap, it's a big hole. Why is there stone tablet here? I'd been left by travels folks in the past. That happens quite often around here. Long ago, there was a boundary marker telling you, you've crossed the line. You can sometimes find stones and patterns carved in white on them throughout our lands that serve the same people. They've just all been abandoned. Roar. So that's what happened. Boundaries and borders are no laughing matter here. Between the living and the dead, within and without, above and below, only those who have crossed those lines can grasp the dangers they face. It is said there was once a stone tablet in the ancient ruin that read thus: if any tread past this stone with ill intent, my hand shall Draculaw become, and grasp their necks shall I. Wait, what if the stone tablet had some sort of warning or curse on it then? Until at a glance, Traor left us here to think of that. The elder who fought against the abyss. Rawr! You're quite the avid listeners. Storytellers love people like you, you know. After all, the capacity to remember such tales is basic quality that all storytellers must have. Let me see. I'm the elder of the Children Echoes, Treor, and I lead this inscription here. I am the storyteller of the Children Echoes, Treor, and I lead this. Why is he repeating himself? First one, he's elder. Second, he's shit storyteller. Third, he's short and spear. To impart to those who come after and seek instructions from the ancestor in Wyo, to smooth out my present wrinkles. That's rude. Here I shall leave 3 blessings. The first is for my friends of the bar. Let's have one more drink. You who guide the Black Flood here to the place of the seal. Second is for the valiant ones who were sacrificed. Third is for those who came after and read this inscription. Basically, it says, let's all go get a drink together. It says friends from afar, Zephaniah and Irizar. You would prefer to be known as cowards, rogues, and thorns on our side. That you should ever increase our vigilance, like the aphid that bites a saurian. Yep, I must speak the truth here. Forever and always shall you be known as heroes who fought alongside our tribe, the brother kin of the Children of Echoes. Oh, wait. So those Conrians fought alongside the tribe, then? Well, the names of those two have always been featured in stories as the embodiment of evil. They've even appeared in my nightmares. You don't stop crying, the ghosts of Conrian soldiers will follow the sound and track your shadow. So they said, but it was all a lie. Such injustice to those who gave their all for our tribe should bear such slander. Yeah, that's so sad. Ooh. They didn't care for their good name. Ooh. They only wished to see their will fulfilled. So that's how it is. Paimon gets it. Most heroes don't do great deeds to become heroes. They become heroes because they do those deeds. That's why they don't care about what the others think of them. Perhaps you're right, but... there the iridescent inscription goes. And we got some really weird looking plays. Wow, so this must be where they finally sealed the abyss. Look, Caspar. There's so many golden patterns in the middle there. You can also see traces of abyss leakage here. Looks like the thing attracting the iridescent inscriptions. We need to get over there and have a look. Key point. Great point. Hopefully there's good stuff in here then. Look, we got into Tartarus. I think it was Tartarus. The maze in Greek mythology that kept changing. Where the Minotaur lived. Yeah, those guys don't look friendly. I think I want to change teams. Which team shall we use? We'll do these guys. Yeah, Zephaniah. They seal this place as promised. The voice seems to come very depths of an unmovable statue. The rejection of those words, 2 resolute hands aim to push you aside. Leave, go. I don't want him to see me like this. Yeah, and they're gonna attack me. Told you it's dangerous. Get out of here. Calamity, the sill, torn apart. Roar. Voice is more complete now, but somehow it's not as frightening as before. My head still hurts a little, though. How do you feel, traveler? Now that's what they call surround sound. What? That's not what Paimon was asking at all. Anyway, How are you feeling, Dragonfire? Hmm? Yeah, it looks like you're fine, too. Now that we're here, it's clear the voices we heard coming from the stolen pillars must have been those of the Conran soldiers, who were sealed here, too. Roo! That means they were sealed in for many years alongside the Abyss. But what's going wrong here? I think the problem here is similar to the one we encountered with the lesser shadow pins above. The surging Abyss has caused the iridescent inscription's power to shatter and be squeezed out of the giant sealing pillar. That means we need to find the large inscription fragments and find a way to put this eggshell back together again, right? Indeed. That way the seal can finally be restored and the Abyss can stay still in this place. Then everything will likely go back to normal. But as the lesser shadow pins, the solid phlogiston surface will have an intense adverse reaction to the Abyss, which is why the ground undulates so. We must be careful. Where are we going to find said fragments, though? Rawr, rawr! Huh? Can you sense the inscription's power inside that thing, Dragonfire? Sure, I have a pretty sharp nose. Wait, you're using your nose, right? Wait, was that stone even there before? It just appear as you approach the large inscription, Chaosfire. Hmm. Well, whatever. Let's take a look around the rock first, shall we?
Shower me with coming at ya. Wind, hear me. Coming at ya. Go as one.
Dragonfire's got a real instinct for this. The rocks over there, inscription powers must be hitting that one too. Just little freaking hounds. Yes, but we gotta get up there. Great. Should rename our character to Hulk. That's the wrong way. Hey, it's shrunk and floated off in the middle. That ought to do it, right? Yeah.
Watch out.
So I was doing this Little Chaos's account
Send off from the Stina with love.
with his character, and I was trying to see if your Saurian friend actually helps Dragonfire. He does actually damage the opponents.
I swear by my sword. Watch out. Let the world collide. Coming at ya. Attack. That's the way.
The one who comes after the inscription.
Now disappear.
Strike a pose.
15,000 damage. Love my Navia. Whoa. Dragonfire, where'd you go? Maybe it's just called the Labyrinth. But we don't have any string to tie down. What are you doing, Dragonfire? There's a hole in the ground. Just touch it once more and let the power of the phlogiston flow through the inscription. That way the eggshell should seal up completely, preventing the abyss from escaping. Yeah, that should solve our problem. Let me try. Quick, seal us inside too, just as we agreed. Then leave. Get out of here. Why aren't you leaving? The calamity! Listen, there's more voices. More than those two soldiers, for sure. Behind the glowing inscription, from the place further still than the anguish howls, you hear wrathful roars and the painful whimpering of sirens. You hear the sound of inchoate flesh and blood merging, the sick, giant, sticky, approaching footfalls of some giant thing behind the description. But you also hear something like thousands of hands, thousands constantly resisting, pushing onward. You hear. The endless battle in the narrow darkness. It is torment unto eternity. Roar! Can't find peace, they're still fighting. Those heroes are still locked in the battle this day, preventing the abyss from flooding out from the iridescent inscription. Stories I tell have purpose. We must always remember those brave warriors and their sacrifices. Yet such suffering though the heroes were wounded, they shook it off, and stood up, nothing hurt withal. That is what the stories say. But real wounds cannot be easily shaken, nor true torment so easily conquered. There they have suffered so long, in that tiny, lightless world. Haru. Is there anything we can do for them? I want to as well, but the abyss. Perhaps the only thing we can do is inherit their will and reseal the inscriptions. Nor has this been the first time the Shadow Pin has fallen. In our tribal tells, anyway. Someone must have been here before. Someone must have read Treor's tablet. Those who came before to restore the inscription must have seen what we saw. And yet our stories do not change, for the warnings they gave were real, and as were the dangers. All we can do is restore the inscription and leave, to remember always and never forget that all that we have witnessed. Still, they're supposed to be heroes, and they have been left here to suffer forever. You're right, Paimon. This is no end for heroes. I know that. I wish to give them peace, but I don't have that power. I am just a storyteller. Traveler? Ooh. Let's rewrite the story's ending. Really? You'd do that, Traveler? Of course she would. Cross Paimon's heart. Roar! The abyss is dangerous beyond compare. I'm not questioning your strength. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't worry, we've got experience with stuff like this. And we have the inscription in a pinch, too. True. You're even more impressive than I could have imagined. To be willing to give your all to resolve others' pain. Truly, you are great heroes. And I am a storyteller, so I record the tales of heroes. Well then, traveler, O hero from another land, please show me how you shall valiantly triumph over the abyss. That we shall do. So, shall we unseal the iridescent inscription now? Or do you want to make some preparations first? Let's go! Alright, I wish you success, traveler. I knew we were going to fight them. Didn't we agree that we'd make our exit as soon as the seal is ready? Quickly.
Wind, hear me.
Let me show you how to use wind.
Watch out! And voila! A round of applause.
Want some Hydra? Oh, let me show you the wind again.
Watch out!
I will never commit to the darkness. You shall not pass. What do you think this is? What do you think you are, Gandalf? You shall not. This is not the Balrog, folks.
Time to shine. A proper send off. I'm coming out.
We are not in Khazad-dûm.
I swear by my sword.
Now disappear.
Okay, come on, homie.
Go as planned.
Let's get this show on the road.
Hey there.
My duty is done. The centuries of torment have passed in innocence.
Go as planned.
Thank you.
Barely
Is there a reason you're spinning around like that, dude?
hear me. Hey there.
Step right up.
Go as planned.
Did you see? Your orders have been carried out. You won't be disappointed. We resealed the abyss after being defeated. And we're being rained on by phlogiston. Ow. So this is weird. There were all those scattered lights earlier and suddenly found ourselves here. Huh? That's beast with fur like that of night. Come over here. You have brought so many slumberers. They who should have rested in peace. Perhaps they pray for spirit. They prayed to spirits they should not have beseeched. But that was a moonless night where naught could be seen. That the night has long forgiven them. Yet hate and filth shall never rest, and they too shall never truly sleep again. Thank you, O you who are beloved. You have smoothed their fury. With rage which raged in the darkness, it was you who brought them to the night's reflection. The outland soul too may now return where they were headed. Go now, but beware the fearful instigators and the ends plotted by those bearing ill intent. Belly taps. You're back. Dragonfire and I were worried, honestly. Aha, what did I say, little fellow? They're fine? See? Ooh. Not that we can explain where we just went now. It's a long story for sure, and we saw a glowing cat. In any case, thank you, traveler. I never expected the abyss here could be truly purified. The iridescent inscription is gone. Almost as if no longer needed to stay. The tormented voices have also fallen silent. And that golden light, how it flowed like water, spreading across the ground. I even felt as if there were people within that light, waving at us. Roar! Did you see them too, little one? And there was that light that surrounded you, and then you were gone. Huh? We didn't see anything, though. Thank you so much once again, Traveler Paimon. You too, Dragonfire. You truly are remarkable heroes. Thank you on behalf of those warriors who can finally know peace. Traor's final wish has been fulfilled. And as for those two conjuring heroes, now that the abyss is no longer present, they need no longer serve as a warning to us. I must pen a story about them, about how they helped save the children of Echoes. In truth, I did have a flash of revelation as to what their thoughts must have been. The abyss represents such terrible peril that, were it up to me, I too might have made up such horror story to keep others from the tribe clear of this place. It seems almost funny how I previously worried about having nothing to write. Now there's almost too much here. In our tale about a golden hair outland, a flying white fairy, and a little teleposaurus, and how they saved our tribe. That sounds like a pretty awesome synopsis already. Indeed, stories pass on and stories change. Perhaps one day, a long time hence, even you might become as big as a mountain, Paimon. Behold the mighty mountain Paimon. Oh, look. How she swallows a sweet madam the size of a sumpter beast in a single bite. Roar, roar. I doubt there'd be too many of those, Paimon. And as these stories pass down, I imagine that those two soldiers too will eventually become heroes. They might not care themselves, but I know that is what I must do. Once again, Chaosfire, Paimon, you have my utmost thanks. You too, of course, sharp little dragonfire. Roar! As a storyteller, I swear to write for you the most exciting tale of adventure. Speaking of that, I should probably head back to the sentry post to take up my shit. I almost cried about that amongst all the excitement. I'm sure hope Yukon doesn't tear me a new one for being gone for so long. Yeah, you totally should get back there pronto.
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
Iridescent inscription fragment. There's like 2 or 3 of those that I have. Where'd my fragments go? Someone has stolen my fragments. There, I have 3.